Others work with parents for gender equal parenting. When we have fathers groups, we always sit in circles, so now we sit in circles. When we do fathers groups, we can't sit and wait for men to come. We have to go out where men are. And Desmond went outside and met people in the hall. Okay. This is wonderful. It's bubbling. As always, all the experts are in the room. I like the circle form. The plenary tends to give the fantasy that the experts are over there, but I think we're all here. Yes. We have one more example from, I think, work on a policy level from Nicaragua. Guatemala, I'm sorry. Yes, we already heard from Nicaragua. Maria from Nicaragua, working with corporations. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's so cute, huh? With me, the punk. Well, my name is Maria. I am in Mexico. I am based in Mexico. I am the director of ECPOT, that is an association against the sexual exploitation and trafficking of girls and boys. And we are in charge to implement the fatherhood project in Guatemala. So we have to, the strategy that we are implementing is that we are involving men, young fathers in the health sector. So this, we have several programs that we are executing. For example, we are implementing a training and awareness program to the health providers in this health sector. It's a private clinics and hospitals. So the first thing is to implement these training programs, and also with the staff, and after with the educators, and after the educators going to train the fathers. It's a cascade of training programs. At the same time, we are making friendly spaces in the clinics and hospitals. It means with posters, it means with information, it means with the staff that have awareness of the program, and they are pushing and inviting men to be there with their partners. Also, this is a main issue. The training program is focused with the, as I told you, with the health providers. Okay, who? Obstetricians, pediatrics, gynecologists, psychologists, in order they can ask the women to bring the partners, to involve their partners during all the pre and post controls and the childbirth. This strategy is because we believe and we think that we can contribute to change the paradigm of gender and domestic violence if we get involved partners. So another strategy that we are developing is that to make awareness at policy level. That is so important because we need the directors, the authorities of these clinics and hospitals institutionalize this program, because the project finished and what is going to happen after. So we talked with them and we decided two things. First of all, to create a school for dads. So there is since the beginning, when you are going to pay for the control, prenatal control, you are invited. Well, your partner is invited to go to the fathers to the school for dads. This is one thing. The other issue is that we need that the policy, the institution policies also change. That they include this program as their own strategy. Because we need that this program is implemented at national level with different actors. And, another strategy is that we are inviting main actors as young fathers, soldiers, young fathers, policemen, for example, and we want to include others main actors at the community level. And in the future, the challenge in Guatemala is that most of the communities are indigenous communities. We must arrive to these communities. We must involve the women, the indigenous women and men in this strategy. So the challenge is continue building bridges with other networks to strengthen our program, involve main actors, and most of all, to organize a school for that at the national level. And I think that with this we can change the paradigm. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So that's about the policy level, and as you hear, it's all interconnected. So it's not that we just do policy work on policy work, but it builds on work with actual fathers, and media is used in different ways. Now I would like us to move to media more specifically, and you're going to share from Indonesia. Please present yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Siska from Indonesia. I'm a program manager for MenCare. Before I show you two clips, it's a TV commercial. I would like to give the background. In Indonesia, we implement the program at the community level and urban. What I want to present you that we make this campaign through media for urban level. We want to show you because, like for example, I live in Jakarta. It's one of the metropolitan city in Southeast Asia, and the populations of Jakarta is 20 million population in one city. This is a capital city of Indonesia, and we don't have that good transport system like in other city in Asia, for example, like in Hong Kong or Bangkok. So you can imagine people living in suburban area but working in the central part of Jakarta. It takes like more than 2 hours to go to the office because everyone has a car, everyone using motorcycles, and then the train and the bus is really packed. So like my friend, he's a father and he has to leave the house at 5:30 while his kids are still sleeping. And when he came home, he actually cannot see his kids because they are already sleeping. So this is they also don't have this awareness when they spend the weekend. Rather than spending times with their family, they choose to hang out with friends, having beers or watching soccer. So we make this campaign is just to show that it is okay for sharing the domestic chores and then how father can spend times, and it's fun spending times with your kids. Let me show you the Lukman TVC.
Sebagai aktor, saya sering sekali berada jauh dari anak. Jadi setiap saya punya waktu luang, akan selalu saya dedikasikan untuk anak-anak. Membacakan cerita untuk mereka, menggantikan baju, ini memberikan istri saya kesempatan untuk menikmati waktunya sendiri. Saya mendukung MenCare dan jutaan ayah lainnya yang bersedia untuk lebih terlibat dalam merawat anak-anak mereka.
Laki-laki peduli.
Sebagai aktor, saya sering sekali berada jauh dari anak.
Yes.
Okay.
Jadi setiap saya punya waktu luang,
Okay, I just want to say something that we actually choose the actor as our ambassador. We call that ambassador. For me, I would prefer Leonardo DiCaprio, but I think it's impossible. So then we found the a celebrity. So we engage with the celebrity. But then it's not easy because we have to be selective, lots of celebrity. So when we found Lukman Sardi, he's a really famous actor, and he never plays something that, he's really plays something good, and he got many awards, and he actually never had any gossips or scandals. So we also trying to investigate him through his mutual friends and his wife and the people who works with him, what kind of husband and father Lukman Sardi is. And people say he is the one who always take his kids to the shooting, to the place where he works. And we actually trying to approach him, and we presenting about our man care program, and Lukman say, it's me, I am man care. And so that's why we make him as an Indonesian man care ambassador, and we make him to have a roadshow to the cities and just explaining about what a fun way having time with your kids. And the other version is a real example from a famous presenter. She's really famous presenters at the local TV, and she loves that her husband is willing to taking care of her daughters, because she have to get up in the morning and going to the TV stations and leaving the kids. But her husband seems like, never mind, I will taking care of the kids and prepare everything. So I'm going to show you the other clips. Her name is Ersa Mayori.
Hampir setiap pagi saya tidak bisa bersama anak-anak. Pekerjaan saya sebagai TV presenter mengharuskan saya untuk ada di studio sejak pagi hari. Beruntung saya memiliki suami yang mau berbagi tanggung jawab, dan kami sangat menikmatinya. Saya dan suami saya berkomitmen untuk mendukung man care dan jutaan ayah yang berusaha melakukan perubahan positif bagi keluarga. Hampir setiap pagi saya tidak.
I think that's it. And Laki-Laki Peduli is the Indonesian adaptations of man care. In Bahasa Indonesia, man care means Laki-Laki Peduli. Thank you very much.
And it should certainly be handed over as a legacy to other men, which shows that it's not necessarily the political leadership that knows where the way forward really is.
Hello? Thank you very much. So using the celebrities, I wanted to share something more about selection of fathers groups facilitators. That can be done in different ways. We have experiences from Russia and from Ethiopia, for example, where women's organizations and actually also women's entrepreneurs organizations, they identified men who were real fathers, and just like you did, they were the ones who investigated, are these good role models in the community? So they select them and bring them to the training for fathers groups facilitators. I just want to explain that over here we have Russians and they're doing translation, so that's why they're talking at the same time. Thank you for translating. Okay, so now I would like us to go into the direct work. We've done policy, we've done media, now we're going to the direct work. And we asked Desmond from Botswana to share.
Thank you very much. My name is Desmond, like he's already said. I'm from Botswana. Botswana is a country just above South Africa, with a population of about 3 million people. I'll start off by just asking you a simple question to think about 3 of your or 5 of your friends that you grew up with, and out of those 5, just think how many grew up in a home where they were brought up by their biological father and mother. So if you can quickly just think of 5, and out of those 5, how many were brought up by their biological father and mother? So who has gone through? How many do you have? All 5. Okay, and you're from country?
United States.
United States. Okay, somebody else?
She was a prostitute.
Yes.
And she's only making these
5.
claims. The court has totally rejected it.
Yeah.
And said, her
And you're
past
from?
will not in any way.
Sweden. Thank you. So in my country, if I ask the kids and the guys that I've grown up with, and most of the time, the largest number I've got is 3 out of 5. So in my country, we have a lot of problems of absent fathers, to the extent that most of the kids do not even know the names of the fathers or have not met their fathers. So for us, the Men Care program, one program that would answer to the problem of absent fathers. And I was one of the first fathers groups facilitators. And when I became a facilitator, I had 2 kids. And, I thought I was playing a good role of being a father. And my mother had passed away when I was 12, so I basically grew up with my father. So being a father was one thing that I knew how to do. But in our country, we have a lot of men that say, I didn't have a father. I don't know what role I should be able to play as a father. And so this is where Men Care would be able to come in and answer. So you'd find young people that are either negative about it or young people that are positive about it. So that choose to say, because I didn't have a father, I don't care. If I grew up and became this man now, I don't care. If I have other kids with other women, it's still fine. The kids will grow up without me. And there are men that say, I want to change that. I want to be there for my kids. And so we have the struggle to recruit those men, especially the negative ones, to say how best can we be able to help them. So we work through the clinics where when the mothers go to register for pregnancy, the clinics would give them a referral sheet from us to say, can you ask your husband or your boyfriend to join the fathers groups? And so through the fathers groups, we're able to interact, share experiences, and believe me and you, the impact is amazing. Like I said, when I started the program, I had 2 kids, and I had, a year ago, I had my last child, and I was hands-on, like Mendoza was saying. I was in the delivery room. I helped my partner through delivery. I cried though. I didn't faint, but I shed a tear because it was such an emotional time. And I got to cut the umbilical cord. And I'm so close to my child now that if her mom is going and I'm with him, he doesn't cry. But if I leave, he cries. So I'm so close. And so the program has impacted me. And so when I sit around and talk to men, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and they get also to share the same experience. And it's a nice time to be able to work with those men during the pregnancy, because you're going step by step with that pregnancy. They go back home, practice how they can bond with the child when the child is still in the stomach, and practice how they can be able to help them during delivery. And actually that process goes on to happen. They go on to have kids. They go on to start bonding with the kids, help the kids with bathing, help the kids with everything as they grow. You're part of that. So it's a very unique program. And I think it's just about transforming those men. And for us now, our biggest issue is how best can we replicate this program to be able to reach to a lot of men. And I think our country has been very, very supportive, our government. I have some of government officials that are with me at this conference, where now we're saying we've been given a TV platform every Thursday where we discuss issues of gender issues. Because in our country, there is a lot of cultural issues For example, that when a woman is delivering, she needs to stay in the room for 3 months without the partner seeing the child or the wife. So that on its own just gives that space between the partner and the man. So we are trying to challenge such cultures and saying, we as men, we have a role. We are here. We want to see that change. We want to be part of the upbringing of our kids. So that's the little bit I can share with you from Botswana. But it's a very exciting program, and I would encourage other people to look into having it. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. From our experience in Sweden, since the 80s, we've in different phases of the work thought that, oh, if you want to collect men and do something, you need to be active, you need to do workshopping, you need to do activities, because men need to do something. And we have learned over time that what needs to be done is to create a safe space and to listen, not just to teach, but to listen. As difficult as that. Because when you start doing that, people start step by step to share. And the facilitators can open those doors by also sharing own experiences, like you shared. And the facilitators doesn't have to be psychologists or social workers. The best facilitator in Sweden, he's a bartender. One of the best ones in Belarus, he was a taxi driver. So ordinary people that people can identify with and start sharing. Yes. And now, another form of direct work, which I don't really know much about, but we will hear about it. It's Isa from Nigeria, who's been working with husband schools since a very long time back. So you will share some examples.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for my English. I'm going to share with you the experience of a husband school we implement in Niger. Niger is a country in West Africa, north of Nigeria. In order to address the socio-cultural barriers to the use of reproductive health service, we implement in 2007 husband school. I work at UNFPA Niger. UNFPA thinks that if men are the problem, then they must also be the solution. And we implement the husband school. I'm going to give you the definition of husband school. Husband school have no classes, no peoples, no teachers, and no hierarchy. They are more a space for reflection and decision for model husband, wishing to lead other husbands and men to promote women's access to health care, counseling, and professional assistance in the field of health, and improve their and their children's attendance at health institution. This is the definition of husband school. And we have also 10 principles under the husband school. The first principle is target men to reach women. The concept of husband school is aimed to involving men in the promotion of reproductive health, promoting behavioral change among men at the community level. The second principle is exemplarity as a motor of social change. By relying on the notion of exemplarity, the strategy operates both at individual level and at socio-cultural level into success stage. The principle number 3 Husband school is no hierarchical structure. Because of negative experience from organization with a formal leadership, the husband school strategy experiment with the absence of hierarchy and a leadership figure. The husband school is a forum for discussion, decision making, and action based on a spirit of voluntary membership and community involvement to turn men into stakeholders responsible for the development of their community. All members are as peers and equals. There is no nominal group. All members are confirmed leader or become leaders. The principle number 4 is the volunteering, equipment, and solidarity fund. Is referred to the non-remuneration and lack of self-interest of the model husband. The principle 5 is multi-partner partnership at local, regional, and national level. We collaborate with religious, administrative, and moral leader. The principle number 6 is improvement of the national health system at all levels, I see. Principle number 7, feeling of community respect and symbolic recognition. Concern the principle of exemplarity and the no remuneration, it should be underlined that symbolic recognition is of paramount importance regard to the various stakeholders involved in the husband school mechanism and the community draw to husband school. Principle 8, transmission of knowledge. The husband school strategy attach a great deal of importance to the dissemination of knowledge as well as the transmission channels used. It seek a specific type of attitude in reaction to the knowledge being cultivated and promoted. The principle 9 is exercise of parent citizenship and the accountability of health worker to the community. In the husband school system, the process implemented goes beyond the strict context of behavioral change concerning reproductive health, permitting population to express their needs and their grievance in relation to the service provided by their center, in place a whole process of learning the role of citizen. And the last principle is the professionalism of intervention stakeholder, deploying the husband school program on a regional scale as well as a multi-regional or even national scale requires certain management and leadership capacity to the NGO, because we implement the husband school with the NGO. And I finish by sharing with you some testimonies for one husband who is the opponent. He said, it is very easy to convince the other husband. It is enough to tell them about my own case. I want to raise more awareness. I want to reach more people. And one wife say, not only does he let me go to the health center, but he comes with me. One traditional leader say also, I fully support husband school. As a former nurse, I understand that their work is essential. Thank you.
Much. Okay, so now again, for a little while, reflect on what you heard and turn to your neighbor to share own experiences of support you had as a parent, if you're a parent, from peers, significant others, from the maternal health or anywhere else. Or if you're not a parent, what support would you like, or what do you think your friends would like to have in becoming parents and being parents? Support for gender equal parenting. I even want to push that. Do you have experiences of having support for gender equal parenting? Or did you lack it, and what would you have liked? What are your experiences? 3 minutes with your neighbor, just reflect on that. Thank you.
Share.